Jurrien Timber to Manchester United is now at risk and at jeopardy of falling through. According here to the Euro lad and one of the most credible Dutch and most credible journalists across Europe, the chances of Jurrien Timber staying at Ajax are now pretty big, is the claim. This will frustrate a lot of Manchester United fans that put a lot of stock back in late April, early May, into the news stories that came out that told us that the deal was progressing, the deal was really close. There was another Dutch journalist whose name eludes me right now, who stated he'd be shocked if Timber didn't end up as a Manchester United player. But only a few short weeks ago, the cracks in this deal started to appear. Do you think it's dead? Will it still happen? What are your thoughts and your feelings? We're also going to delve into this story here that Man United are expected to report themselves to Ajax for the signing of Antony. They will try and sign him. However, his price tag is quite high, which might not suit Manchester United's budget. Reads poorly for Man United, frustrating in many, many ways. But I want your thoughts. I want your feelings. Smash that like and that share button. Let's go! Welcome back to the Terrace. Not great news coming out from Manchester United fans about Jurrien Timber, a player many of them wanted. The reports coming out of Holland are that he is likely to remain at Ajax. The chances of him staying are big. This doesn't mean that the deal is dead, but the deal was kind of wasn't reported as being dead 2 to 3 weeks ago. But there was this kind of notion that came out that Timber isn't sure if he wants to go. He isn't sure if he wants to leave. After it seemingly appearing that he was close, there were many, many reports from a number of credible sources and media outlets that his representatives had been in London. Literally just do a bit of Google search and you'll find the story. It's very, very simple. But it now appears that this is done. It now appears that this is not going to happen. So the big question is, what next? Should Man United fans be panicking? The responses to this news, I'm just reading some of these live right here off the Twitter sources here, are saying here that United fans deserve this humbling. This transfer window is already a disaster. There's no one else in the market we can get now. It's all falling through, blah, blah, blah. A lot of Man United fans are upset, frustrated, and angry by this. But there are other options. And remember, this video I'm about to play for you from Dean Jones was from, I think, the 30th of May. Just go back and take a look at what he had to say about Man United's centre-back situation.
Got mate, look, Pau Torres, from what I understand, like it is close. Like Villarreal, there's people there. One in particular I speak to who thinks that he'll go. Villarreal are basically expecting the transfer to happen, but it doesn't mean it will. And a lot of that would have been because the talks have been going on for so long and in such detail. But ultimately, it hasn't happened yet. And United are appointing a new manager. And look, Rangnick was supposed to be part of the ongoing philosophy. He's gone. He's gone. So that consultancy job he had for 8 days a month or whatever it is doesn't exist now. So Ten Hag can't lean on that anymore. So when whatever plan, philosophy United had that involved Rangnick to then help out Ten Hag is gone. So Ten Hag.
So we heard that there. People in Villarreal expect the Pau Torres deal to go through. But of course, what Dean was alluding to when you watched the full show is maybe Ten Hag, his people, and the changing of regime again will go down a different avenue. Pau Torres being one of those options, one of those players. It was reported very credibly from Damasio only a week ago that Man United have made a move for Pastoni. And these are the reasons why I would say right now, don't panic. You may not be the biggest fan of Pau Torres. A lot of people didn't even know who Timber was 6 months ago. And I'm talking about our community here, because none of you in the comments talking about Timber 6 months ago. No, I remember. again, it's kind of a different type of name, it would stand out. United have made inroads or inquiries into Bastoni. Man United have done a lot of work in the last 2 years on Pau Torres. There are still options for Man United. So I think panicking at this point is a little bit too much. Because there have been credible sources, credible journalists, credible stories that have claimed that maybe Jurrien Timber isn't the number one target of Manchester United. Of course, that doesn't mean that we can have conversations with him. Of course, we can get the deal to a position where it's close for us to execute. But maybe Timber's picked up on the fact that Man United are looking at other people. And he's, well, if they don't think I'm 100% the guy that's going to walk in and help transform their defense, maybe I'm better off staying where I am. Both these things can be true. One of them might exist. But I don't think it's a time to panic right now. But I do want your take and I do want your feeling on this. Leave me your comments below. Up next, the Antony update. I want your thoughts on this too. After the technical hitch, we're back. Manchester United are expected to report themselves to Ajax for the signing of Antony. I think what that translates to is Man United will turn up. Man United are going to try and sign this player. This was reported a few days ago. I forget the British journalist that reported this story now. There's a lot of reports out there who simply stated that Man United I'll tell you who I think it is. Tom McDermott said it, that Man United are probably going to give up their pursuit of a number 9 striker and look for alternative players in different positions to help strengthen the squad. Antony is one of them. Antony is a player that Man United have been linked with a number more heavily in the last 3 to 4 days. So it doesn't surprise me that we see this story here. It doesn't surprise me that it's kind of worded and put across in this way, that Man United are looking to try and motor forward. Now, there's a £40 million offer that was reported only a few days ago. Maybe that was via intermediaries. That also works quite well into this story in terms of the price tag is quite high, which might not suit Manchester United's budget. So it appears, according to Mike here, that we've done the kind of work that we wanted to do with the intermediaries. We're now going to go directly to Ajax and make this offer and try and negotiate this deal. Again, that for me is a positive. United's budget being reported as low. Let's wait to see the wood for the trees. Let's wait to see what happens, what's been reported, what's going on with it. And the reason that I say that is because the way Manchester United are working, the way Manchester United are working, and the way Manchester United are pushing on with this deal and all their transfers, I'm intrigued to see whether us telling everyone we've got no budget is just our new approach trying to get prices down, as opposed to the opposite, which is telling everybody that we've got more money than anybody else, which in itself I think is absolutely crazy. I'm just checking here. There's a Brazilian journalist called Jorge Nicola, who reported just 4 days ago, this was now, that Man United are going to make a £40 million offer for Antony with an agreement anticipated to be very soon. That reported on Saturday as an example. So these Antony reports have been in for a few days. It doesn't surprise us now that Man United are making their move. The entourage of Antony is in the UK. Sorry, in Amsterdam, which isn't strange. They actually all live in Brazil. They've made their way over. So there was always going to be this negotiation and this push. It appears United are working on Frankie de Jong. It appears we're working on the Antony deal. We know we're looking at a number of other players as well. Pau Torres, work's been done. Timber, work's been done. Bastoni, inquiries have been made. We also know there's been an offer made to Christian Eriksen. So it strikes me as very strange for Man United fans to be panicking right now. All these deals fall through and don't happen, then maybe, just maybe, you've got a point. But right now, it's reported by some credible sources from around the world that United feel fairly confident in Antony. 40-50 million pound could be the price tag to bring him in. Yes, we may not end up with Jurrien Timber, but Pau Torres, Bastoni are 2 options still available. Pau Torres being one United have done a lot of work in. There is still the opportunity. There is still the money. There is more than enough time to get these deals done and dusted and over the line. I don't think it's a time for United fans to panic. Rivals, of course, they're going to banter. You've just got to learn to take the banter. You've got to learn to take the banter and grow a thicker skin. Until next time, my people, take care. Goodbye. God